Item C, hold a public hearing, waive the first reading, and introduce an ordinance to amend Chapter 6.36, Animal Control, the San Bruno Municipal Code, and to clarify appeal rights regarding dangerous and vicious animal determinations. Staff report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council. Staff recommends introduction of an ordinance that clarifies the appeal procedures for animal control laws. The ordinance will make clear that a person who is challenging a determination that an animal is dangerous or vicious has an appeal to a hearing officer and then a further appeal, if necessary, to a court. Also, someone who has a challenge, who is challenging a determination for some other animal control procedure, such as a permit for additional animals or for nuisance determination, they have an appeal to the City Council and then a further appeal, if necessary, to a court. The reason this clarification is necessary is that we've seen litigants confuse the applicable appeals process and claim that they were entitled to both a hearing officer and a City Council appeal prior to an appeal to a court. This can result in extending litigation by adding further appeals processes where ample due process was already given. So here's some background. In 2005, the City Council amended San Bruno's animal control laws by incorporating San Mateo County's laws relating to dangerous and vicious animals, as well as other matters such as licensing. Procedures under the San Mateo County Code are enforced by the Humane Society, which is currently under contract to provide animal control services for the county. All other animal control matters, such as permits for additional animals, nuisance determinations, and appeals to City Council, are all dealt with under San Bruno's laws. Now, under San Bruno's code, appeals to the City Council are only meant to apply to those matters that the city itself enforces, such as nuisance findings. However, some aggrieved parties have claimed that they have a right to appeal county determinations to the City Council. For example, an animal owner whose dog has been deemed dangerous or vicious by a county official may try to appeal that decision to the City Council, even though city staff had no involvement in the original county determination. So the main issue is that there are two sets of appeal rights, and these sets of rights should not be confused with one another. Staff recommends that San Bruno's code be amended to clarify that the appeal rights contained in the city's regulations don't apply to those county determinations. This can be accomplished with a simple amendment that separates those regulations enforced by San Bruno from those enforced by the county. And this amendment will clarify that the rights, procedures, and entitlements granted under the city's code are separate and distinct from those rights, procedures, and entitlements granted by reference from the county's code. At this time, I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Any questions of our presenting attorney?
Through the chair.
Okay.
So is there a case study that says that either this city or other cities locally have gotten into this sort of confusion?
Well, there's no actual case on point where this has been an issue. It's just that the appeals processes as they are a bit unclear as to, for aggrieved parties, as to where to direct their appeals. Yeah. What this ordinance will help to do is to help streamline the appeals processes so that for county determinations, the appeals are handled by a hearing officer, and then any further appeals are handled by a court. Whereas with city practices, the appeals would go to the City Council, then to another court. It would help to prevent a situation where an appellant would be able to take another bite of the apple, so to speak, yeah, by jumping from hearing officer to the City Council and then to another court, and then to the court system.
And prior to this ordinance,
that was possible.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? At this time, I'll open the public hearing on this item. Would any members of the public like to speak on this item? You should know that if I close the public hearing, you're precluded from speaking.
Move to close public hearing.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion or action by the council?
Through the chair.
Yes.
I was going to say that I think this is good cleanup language. I think there's already a due process in place with the county, and that's why we adopted the county code. So I think it helps clear it up and streamlines the process. So with that, I'll go ahead and make a motion to waive the first reading.
Second.
Motion second to waive the first reading. All in favor?
Aye. Go ahead and continue on and introduce the resolution.
Vice Mayor Medina.
Aye.
Councilmember Ibarra.
Aye.
Councilmember Salazar.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Connell.
Aye.
Mayor Ruane.
Aye.